Alright, hello everyone, this is Menz here. I'm going to be playing the KV-5 in this match. Um, in this match, it's pretty funny. Well, first of all, it's a pretty good match. I end up getting high caliber and a steel wall award. But essentially, looking at the teams here and being in the KV-5, a lot of HP, a lot of overall armor, front, sides, rear, pretty much being top tier here. I had to worry about the low, the Centaurian, and probably the Tiger 1 as far as tanks that can penetrate me pretty easily. Initially, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna, end up pushing over here. I'm gonna heavy tank, and the flag's over on this side. Well, kind of changed my mind, because looking at the enemy team, really there's only a few tanks that can hurt me. So, where am I best going to be used for my team? I don't think it's going to be over on the hill. I kind of switch my thought process. I have quite a few tanks over here in the center, and the T-28 for whatever reasons heading here, which he does end up being pretty useful. So my goal is just to push the 1-2 line as hard as I can, because I know I can deflect pretty much every shot thrown at me for the most part, until I get closer up to people, or if Artie starts, nailing me. So, just looking at our team now, we don't have really anybody over here, which is a little bit of a concern. I start doubting myself. Um, but fortunately, I get a big hit on this 12T here, and we're going to get him out, I think, um, soon hereafter. Like, he's down to 2 HP. Right now, I'm kind of like, come on, guys. Like, there's how many of you, and this guy's reversing in a 12T, and yeah. I do remember this person, he's saying, oh, we need heavies over here. Well, because he had driven out here and he fell back, but he'd be perfectly fine on the hill. But yeah, for whatever reason, he wants us to, pull all the way back and head that way. Ain't happening. It's like the Pershing, he's top tier here. In a Pershing, technically I consider him more of a heavy tank. He's got very good armor if he utilizes it correctly. At this point, though, I don't know what I'm going to be coming across. There are 3 E-25's on an enemy team, and that's the first shot I get from him. I'm like, shit. Like, I'm not going to be able to freaking see these E-25's. The first one pops up here because he's not sitting behind a bush, which, unfortunately for him, kind of does him in. But I start getting shot by a second one. He's somewhere over here. And then there's a Centaurian. I start saying, like, oh crap, because my Churchill isn't pushing, or he's finally. And then our guys in the middle are all kind of dinking around trying to kill a light tank when, they should be supporting me here. But anyway, I spot this second E-25 here, and at this point, they're kind of, I would say that they're panicking. So this one tries to rush me. The other one's trying to kind of run away. The other one gets spotted here. I'm kind of like, what the hell's happening here? Because I'm starting to get surrounded. But fortunately for me, the KV-5 is, pretty awesome at, dealing with tanks like this. As you see, that E-25 just barely brushed me, and he took that much damage. I do have a ramming perk on this, which also helps out as well. But I think they kind of miscalculate it, because the 3 of them pushed in, and you never want to push on a freaking KV-5 and a E-25 unless you can track it, flank it, keep it where you want it to be. But fortunately for me, my team did support me there, and we did them in pretty quickly. But I guess that kind of shut the Pershing up a little bit. Like, you don't always need to push the same old spots in a heavy tank, nor is the 1-2 line really that much of a crazy tactic. It's just kind of looking at the enemy team, realizing where your strengths are and their weaknesses are, and exploiting them. And fortunately, it worked out for me. I still have, about 40% of my HP, but really, that's the end of the replay. I do have the end game screens here. Mastery Badge Second Class, Steel Wall, High Caliber Award. It's a pretty quick match. It ended in under 5 minutes at just about 4 minutes and 30 seconds. The second screen here, most amount of damage in the match by a pretty large amount, especially when you compare it to the enemy team. Because it's what happens if you bum rush and you're in a tank that has a decent amount of armor on it, and it actually pans out. And then, of course, the end screen here. I made a profit of 120,000 credits, even without my personal reserve, because I used a little bit of APCR, but I didn't need a whole lot of it. And even without that, I would have netted almost 100k. KV-5's awesome tank, and fortunately here it was kind of like the perfect setup, having not a lot of enemies on the team that could damage me. That Centurion really was the only one getting huge shots on me. And yeah, it all panned out. But anyway, thanks for watching this replay. Hopefully you enjoyed it. You can definitely catch my live stream. I live stream at least 4 days a week, most weeks here on YouTube. Otherwise, I'm going to be putting out, now that I have a little bit more time in the fall, winter, more replays like this. Hopefully you enjoy them. See you guys around.